Alright, so today we're gonna be talking about Johnny Somali. And in case you don't know, he's this American streamer, this IRL streamer, and he goes around in various foreign countries and he causes a lot of problems, and that's basically his whole thing. And he gets all these reactions from the locals, and he seems to really love it. And of course, he's a really annoying guy for the people in whichever country he's visiting, but he seems to really love it, because it gives him attention. So yeah, and he's done this with a lot of countries, right? And recently he did that with South Korea, and he's still there. And that's actually something that we're gonna discuss today. And before this, he did this to Japan. Now, when we take a look at what he did today, the clips that I have of this are from this great channel called Mist. So I'm just gonna give him a shout out. So, without further ado, let's watch the first clip.
찍지 말라고.
Which one?
찍지 말라고 나.
But me, I pay money every day. My face, look, only
이게 네
me.
얼굴이야?
Me.
나가 빨리.
Look, me.
금방 바꿨잖아.
I'm not filming you. This playing games. What the f do you want? What do you want? Every day. I go to my house. Police. Hey, what do I do? What do you want? Let's play the game. Let's play the game. What do you want? What's the meaning? What? I go home? Okay, English.
Alright, so as you just saw, Johnny Somali right there was creating a scene inside of a store, inside of a convenience store. And as far as I know, he even broke a glass in there, and that caused the store owner or the employee in the store to then call the cops on him. And that's basically the background context of what led to this situation. Now, here you just saw how he was acting, in his typical, really obnoxious way. He was acting rude and even aggressive, and he was using profanity inside the store. And yeah, it's pretty crazy, there were all these police officers in that store because of him. And when he exits the store, we can even see that there's a South Korean police car that's parked right outside the store. And so yeah, it's a pretty crazy situation, and this is basically the first clip. I'll actually show you a second clip later on. And yeah, man, he was like saying some really awful things. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna censor those, but yeah, it's pretty crazy, imagine if those police officers actually understood him, because he is in South Korea, so people don't really speak English there, at least not on the level as other countries where English is their first language. So he gets away with saying all these crazy things in English because the locals can't understand him, the police included. And so, yeah, I mean, imagine if he said this in the US and you had American cops hear him, like, oh, dude, no, that would have been absolutely insane, dude. But yeah, no, here he gets away with it. And also there's this thing he does where, he waits until he's like a bit further away from the cops to then say that stuff, so that, they don't really hear him, even if they can understand the English. So yeah, that's his way of like, saying it, but making sure he doesn't get into too much trouble. And speaking of trouble, it's absolutely insane to me that Johnny Somali is still a free man. The fact that he isn't in jail right now, the fact that he isn't in prison right now is pretty insane to me, given the fact that he's done all these crazy things, specifically in the country of South Korea. And in case you missed it, I even made a video covering the situation where Johnny Somali was facing legal trouble in South Korea. He was facing so many years in prison. It's pretty crazy how he just got out of that situation. This guy's luck is pretty insane when you really think about it. Now, real quick, I'd like to pause the video and just say that I'm giving out shoutouts on this channel to people who subscribe, hit the bell, and comment I subscribed. If you do that, in the next video, I'll give you a shout out. Now, back to the video. And so now, let's take a look at another clip.
집에.
몰라.
집에.
몰라.
I go home. I go home. No problem. What did I do? Can you some English?
싫어.
English.
한국 하라고.
No 한국.
한국어라고.
No 한국.
찍지 마.
English. Oh, whoa.
말라고.
No touch.
마 보니까.
No touch.
찍지 마 보니까.
No touch. Bigo. American. Relax. Come to me there. Relax. Bigo to me. Okay, can I tell you? Translator. What did I do? Translator. I want the translator. Translate. No.
이만 귀가하세요.
No, listen, Bigo. No, you want my passport? Passport, okay? No problem. What did I do? Can you tell me? No. Translate now.
No problem.
Now, what did I do?
뭐?
What did I do?
몰라. 가.
I did nothing
Go.
wrong. Go home. Why you want to fight me every day? Why? Why?
Okay, please go.
This is not good. America, Bigo watching. Sorry? Yeah. Walk away. Shut the
Alright, so here you can see the situation didn't just end with the first clip. You can see how, he was outside the store, but he was still creating a scene. And the South Korean police was there and they were like, dude, we gotta get this guy out of here. And, they were actually being really, really lenient towards him. They weren't really being all that strict. I don't know if this is because of some kind of policy that they have for tourists or something. Maybe they go easy on foreigners, so that the country has a good reputation in terms of a place to visit, Maybe they just want to avoid those kinds of viral moments between police and some aggressive civilian. But overall they were just being super, super lenient. And it's pretty crazy, Instead of looking at the situation they're being really lenient and nice to me, Johnny Somali didn't think about it that way. He was just like, oh yeah, no, actually, since they're being lenient, I'm gonna exploit that. And I'm gonna keep bothering them. I'm gonna, just make it even worse and worse. And it gets to the point where at one point they even try to, I think, grab his camera or something. And he goes no touch, And he's trying to back off. And after that, one of the police officers is even making that gesture of just putting his finger on his mouth to say that, hey, you should keep quiet, you should stop talking. And keep in mind, again, they can't understand him, he's speaking in English in South Korea. So there's that language barrier there too. And he's perfectly aware of this, He's been in South Korea for so long. It's absolutely crazy. So he's aware that they can't understand him. But at the same time, he's like, okay, well, I can kind of play with this situation where they can't understand me. And I can pretend I'm just having difficulty communicating with them. Meanwhile, in reality, he's just using that to annoy them even more and to make the situation even worse. And so now let's take a look at some of the comments that people online have left regarding this situation. So here we have Top Hughes, and he says, at this point, Johnny's not even chasing clout. He's chasing a lifetime ban from every platform known to mankind. And it's pretty accurate at this point, given the situations that he's gotten himself into. Yeah, it really does seem like at this point, every platform that he's going to be using is eventually just going to ban him, given how you are violating the community guidelines and the terms of service and all that. Basically the guidelines of all these online platforms that you're using, these social media platforms that you're using. If you start causing problems like these, then yeah, these platforms is just gonna say, hey, you know what, you're banned. And so yeah, eventually he's just gonna run out of platforms to use to stream. And now here we have another comment from Bold Take. I hope I got that right. And it says, bro really said he wants to be the first man to get banned from YouTube, Twitch, and real life. Mission almost accomplished. So yeah, he's not banned from real life yet, which I guess would mean going to prison, which was something that he almost ended up facing, but he got out of that situation. So there's that. But yeah, overall, man, this guy, as I said before, his luck is pretty insane. Like he's a pretty lucky guy. He can end up in really, really crazy situations. And even then, he somehow gets out of them, and he doesn't really face the kind of consequences that everybody thinks he would, So yeah, it's a crazy situation, and Johnny Somali's crazy situations continue. So let me know down in the comments what you think about all this, just let me hear your thoughts, and we can have a discussion down there. And with all that being said, guys, this is Alexi signing out.